One report, dozens of indictments, millions of dollars, and consequences that reach all of us. In today's video, we're confronting a story that captured national attention and placed communities under intense scrutiny. The Minnesota Fraud Report is more than a scandal. It's a test of our integrity, our leadership, our commitment to the opportunity we've been given. So what happens when opportunity is misused? The consequences reach all of us. One scandal, one report, and the future of an entire community is on the line. Today we talk about truth. The truth many avoid, but none can escape. This isn't just about fraud. It's about who we are and who we choose to be. This moment demands honesty, balance, and courage. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, I am Mamay and this is Independent Voice. Let me start with the truth. People are frustrated, and they have every reason to be. When taxpayer money meant to feed children is misused, the outrage is natural. When the system fails, when oversight collapses, when the numbers are this large, trust is shaken. It's more than shaken, it's devastated. We can't deny that. We shouldn't deny that. Public frustration becomes dangerous when we stop focusing on the facts and start pointing fingers at an entire community. Allow me to speak directly to the broader American public, the taxpayers, the parents, the community members who are looking at the situation with frustration and disappointment. And I want you to know this. Your frustration is valid. And I hear you. We hear you. Our immigrant status does not place us on the sidelines, shielded or unscathed. Wrong is wrong, no matter who commits it. Fraud is not a cultural issue. It is not an immigrant issue. It is a human issue, and it must be confronted wherever it appears. Know this. There are millions of immigrants across this country who are genuinely grateful for the opportunities this country has provided, who honor the freedom they have been given, and who work every day to contribute with honesty and dignity. For so many of us, citizenship is not taken lightly. It's a blessing, it's a responsibility, it's an obligation, and a commitment we deeply respect. Now let me talk about us, the immigrant communities. Many of us came to the States through hardship, refugee settlement, asylum, TPS, visa lottery, sponsorship, or after years of work, waiting for green cards. But once we become citizens, we enter a covenant, a contract. Citizenship is not just a passport. It's a responsibility. We know what it means to us. It means I'll uphold the law of this country. I will contribute honestly. I will protect the trust placed in me. I'll honor the nation that gave me safety. Protected status, TPS, asylum, humanitarian pathways exist because the American nation believed people deserved safety and dignity, not because it was owed to us. So we must ask a hard, honest question. How did we get to this point? Where is this entitlement coming from? Who told us, misinformed us, that being immigrants places us above scrutiny? How can we demand our rights if we ignore our obligations? Citizenship is not a shield against accountability. It is a commitment to live up to the opportunities we've been given. There's one part of being an American that we do not discuss enough: the act of pledging allegiance. Whether we were born here or arrived through hardship, when we stand to take a citizenship oath or recite the Pledge of Allegiance. We're entering into something sacred. It's not paperwork. It's not a technical step. It is a covenant. A covenant that says, I'm choosing this nation as my own. I'm taking responsibility for its well-being. I am binding my future to its future. When we place our hand on our heart and declare allegiance to the flag, we're not chasing benefits or opportunities. We're making a promise to assimilate with integrity, to live with honor, to protect the freedoms that generations before us fought and died for. Citizenship is not a shortcut to privilege. It is a commitment to become one with the society we've joined, to care for it, to contribute to it, and to uphold the values that hold it together. An oath taken for convenience is an oath already broken, but an oath taken with sincerity becomes a lifelong standard. This is why abusing the system, misusing public trust, or taking advantage of a nation that opened its doors is more than illegal violence. It's a violation of covenant. It's breaking a promise we made not only to the country, but to ourselves. And it dishonors the millions who treasured that oath long before us. One of the most disappointing things in this entire situation is the lack of clear, unapologetic condemnation from community leaders within the immigrant community. Instead of standing on the side of integrity, some chose political defensiveness, some minimized, some blamed racism. Some stated the stolen money did not reach the hands of terrorist groups, and some refused to speak at all. But silence is not protection. Silence harms us even more. Silence allows a few bad actors to define an entire community. Accountability is not betrayal, it's protection. If we do not call out wrongdoing within our own community, someone else will. And when they do, they will not be gentle. They will not be fair, and they will not separate the innocent from the guilty. We must be the first to defend integrity, not the last. So let me say this too. This fraud did not happen in a dark corner where nobody was watching. Oversight failed. Agencies, nonprofits, state-level accountability mechanisms, even federal monitoring systems failed big time. This does not excuse individual wrongdoing, but it reminds us that corruption always grows in the cracks created by weak institutions. Most of us are very familiar with this. One of the reasons we left a nation, a country, has to do with cracked systems and corruptions. It is unfortunate. It is heartbreaking, and to some infuriating, disappointing way of betrayal. I get it. We all get it. Whenever an immigrant community is involved in a controversy, some will use it to push anti-immigrant policies. Some will use it to inflame fear. Some will use it to justify harmful rhetoric. So, we do have the obligation, and yes, the right, to call out any wrongdoing and stand with integrity. As we do that, we also have to avoid two extremes. One, criminalizing an entire community. Two, denying all wrongdoings and blaming everything on discrimination. The truth lives in between. Wrongdoing must be condemned, and communities must be protected from unfair generalization. So, what does responsible leadership within our own community look like? Clear and unapologetic condemnation of wrongdoing. A demand for transparency and accountability within our own organizations, encouraging a culture of ethics, not shortcuts, protecting opportunity by protecting integrity. Our reputation is built or destroyed by the actions we tolerate and the silence we maintain. Allow me to pause here for a minute, just as a reminder of something so painful. The immigrant community, more than any other community, is so familiar with. Thousands of people who look like us, who speak our language, who pray like us, who dream like us, have died trying to reach this opportunity. Some drowned in the Mediterranean, some vanished in the Sahara, some were lost in the desert or some jungles. Some were turned away or disappeared entirely. They never even reached the shores where opportunity could be touched, let alone live long enough to misuse it or benefit from it. Whether we came here through resettlement, asylum, TPS, sponsorship, or naturalization, we're among the few who made it. We didn't arrive because we were better. We arrived because a door opened, a door many never reached. And if we stood today in front of millions and asked, if you were given the chance to live in the US or anywhere better than your current environment, to experience peace, freedom, and life where your basic needs are not a daily struggle, what would you be willing to sacrifice for that opportunity? Will you be willing to pay the cost required for a chance at that life? Their answer will be a resounding yes. They would say that they would give up everything. They would risk everything. And so many already have. This is why greed and corruption are so destructive. They close doors that others would have died to walk through. They turn generosity into suspicion. They turn opportunity into doubt. For those of us who have been blessed with safety, citizenship, and opportunity, we must take that responsibility seriously. We cannot afford entitlement. We cannot afford carelessness. We cannot afford silence. We owe it to those who never made it. We owe it to those still waiting for their turn, if there is any. We owe it to our children watching us build their future, and most of all, we owe it to the country that opened its doors when we needed safety the most. Integrity is not only about obeying the law, it is about honoring the journey that brought us here. May we never forget the journey that brought us here, and may our actions never betray it. Betrayal is not something we're too unfamiliar with. Opportunity is honored not by words, but by how we live. May God bless the United States of America, and may God bless us all. Remember, use your voice to make a difference, and to never, ever silence others. This is Independent Voice, and I am Mamay. Until next time, God bless.